Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the General Show. So, we're back with a very interesting episode. We'll be dealing all things health. Remember, investing in yourself is the best investment you can ever have in life. So, we'll be talking about foods which will help your body metabolize better in this very rancid environment that we live in, because I believe there's a lot of genetically modified food which isn't doing us any favors. It's aging us, and they're mostly pushing this for their profits and so forth. So, yeah, so let's get to it. So, the first thing, I want to start with foods which, when you have a problem, you take or you eat them so that your problem goes away or it gets better. So, the first one is, if you have a stomach ache, then you need phenol, and phenol is primarily found in foods like garlic. So, not garlic, but ginger. So, ginger can be present in many different forms and ways, either via powder, you can have it solid, and so forth. Then, the next one, electrolytes are very important for our body because electrolytes help us with energy, water retention, moving of the blood, and so forth. So you need electrolytes, and generally, if you have a headache, what you mostly need is electrolytes. You see, and you can find it through the form of coconut water. Coconut water is one of the most healthiest forms of water. Literally way better than your vitamin water if you put it out there, because it's natural, it's organic. The water is nice, comes from a fibrous fruit, a lot of vitamin, texture, fiber, calcium, iron, magnesium. So it's a lot of healthy food that you will ingest, and just drinking the water is good overall for your health as a person, and it is much needed, you see. So drink up on that coconut water. Then, if you have an ear pain and you need to kill a bacteria, what you do is you need to eat garlic. So garlic is one of those versatile, I'd call it a fruit vegetable. One, it's like a tomato, is it a fruit or a vegetable? Those type of things, you see. So garlic is very helpful. There's many uses, but in this instance, if you want to kill a bacteria from that said ear pain, you would need to go about it with the garlic. Garlic also helps with your immunity, it helps you to strengthen your lymphatic system. So it's very much needed in that context, you see. So yeah, we need to take up them garlic, ladies and gentlemen. It is very vital, you see. So please do get it in droves, order it from wherever. Eat it in its purest form, please, even if it's in powder form, but not in like tablet form. I'm not really a fan of tablets, so please do use up that garlic and eat it as much as you can, ladies and gentlemen, because, as I'm saying again, best investment you'll ever make in your life is investing in your health. Then, if you have back pain, I know back pain hits people. I used to have back pain, I think, early 20s or so. Most times I was just being lazy around. Sometimes stress does that to a person, but then generally, back pain is poor posture, number one. Two is stress. Three is our inactivity from physical sports, because what most people do is, after high school, they never bother themselves with exercising. They just pound on the food, and then you see compounds, and it causes very bad things. So you need to get rid of the back pain, be more physically active, and so forth. But what also helps is resveratrol, right, which is found in grapes, will help you with that back pain. It will alleviate it, because back pain is very more common than most people think. It affects many people, so dealing with it naturally before you take your Nurofen or ibuprofen, it's highly advised that you go about it in this manner, because it presents way better than any other form, you see. So to alleviate back pain, take the baby. And then one of the most painful things I've ever endured in my life is a toothache. A toothache will make a grown man cry. It'll make a grown woman cry. So it is one of those foods that when you ingest, um, for a toothache, you need to be very careful. I know there's these other pharmaceutical drops that when you take it numbs that toothache, but then I think this is a more natural form of a remedy. So one would need to take cloves, right? And what they contain is eugenol, which is a component that helps with toothaches, because toothaches are sharp, they're drastic, they're traumatic, they are anything but soft on you. So you need to have an effective way of it. But then what you do is you just take cloves, consume them in their natural form. As I said again, you can do that if you have powdered version also. Then you are able to ingest it, because the aim is for it to get into your body and then it metabolizes as quickly as possible so that it does its job. But then cloves are very helpful for the general person. And then if you have any form of general type of pain, right, and you want to lower inflammation, because inflammation presents in different ways. If you have sore feet, most likely there's inflammation. Your back, sometimes there could be inflammation. So yeah, this is one of the things that you need to consume, which are cherries. Cherries, remember, they're small fruits. They shouldn't be like these GMOs where they are bigger. They need to be small. They need to be fibrous, a lot of vitamins in them, a lot of water in there, but primarily to help with the pain, because primarily inflammation is a lymphatic system problem where your skin now is swollen and the inflammation is a byproduct. It's your body trying to fight back the pain which was caused on that area. So you need to be able to consume foods which help with inflammation reduction, you see, because wouldn't want people living with so much pain, because inflammation is very painful and may end up being chronic. So now we're dealing with when to eat what foods at what time, you see, because many of us struggle with the time that we eat. For instance, I wake up a bit late. I always make sure that at least I eat 5 hours after waking up. That is to help me so that I'm able to consume a lot of liquids, and then I take it from there. But then the best time to eat your yogurt is dinner, because it will help with your digestion of your dinner, and then it also curbs late night snack cravings, because hey man, we all have those cravings at night. You're like, I want to munch on something. Shouldn't have it in breakfast, because your stomach is empty and it's very acidic, and it also damages your stomach lining. Generally, I'm not a breakfast person. I'm glad I'm not, but this is actually very great advice, because in the morning your stomach is empty, it is acidic, and you do need to preserve your stomach lining, because that's where most of our food goes, you see. So we need to take it from there and maximize this information. So please don't have yogurt during breakfast. It is not good, ladies and gentlemen. Then bananas. So I have a little story. Back in high school, when we used to play sports, what they do to us just before a sports game, they give us bananas, high in energy, fiber, nutrients. They are one of the healthiest sugars you can ever consume. They starchy also, so that's also a benefit. The worst time to have them is in dinner, because it results in you having mucus and a disruption of digestion. Because remember, mucus in its essence isn't necessarily good when it's in surplus in your body, because you're not meant to have that slimy, gooey movement in your body. It's supposed to go away. Its presence means that there's something that needs to be cleaned out or fight against. So that's not advantageous. So don't have it during dinner. But the best time to have a banana is for lunch, because it will help you strengthen your immune system. people like me who don't like breakfast, it means I'll have to consume it during lunch or incorporate it into my lunch. So I'll sort of have like a brunch type of vibe. You see? Then the next thing are tomatoes. Tomatoes. They're in your burgers, they're in your pastas, they're in pasta sauces, they're in your this, they're in your that. So the best time to eat them is during dinner. No, it's not the best time to eat them during dinner. Nope. Because they contain pectin. Pectin is something that helps you lose appetite. So pectin and oxalic acid in tomatoes cause stomach to swell if eaten for dinner. So you don't need that because it also irritates your appetite. But then the best time is during breakfast. That's when you can have tomatoes because they improve your digestion and you need to digest the food that you're going to consume throughout the day. So tomatoes literally make sense for you to eat them at that time. Also, you need to increase your metabolism. Metabolism is very important. It's very much needed because a good metabolism means that you're able to keep fit for regular, for longer, and for more consistently. So it is one of those things that you need, ladies and gentlemen, you see. So yeah. Then the next one is oranges. Oranges are very acidic fruit. You shouldn't have them for breakfast because they can end up eating an empty stomach. They can cause allergic reactions, they can cause ulcers, and then stomach irritation and gastritis, which means inflammation of the stomach. I think it's because of the high acidic content in them, so they may cause allergies and stomach irritations and gastritis, as you mentioned. But then, if you have them as a snack, just as long as it's after breakfast, it means that it will help with the digestion. Remember, any and everything that helps with digestion is very good for our bodies because sometimes you get bloated, sometimes the metabolism is slow, sometimes the digestion isn't at the rate that it needs to be. But through this, it becomes very good. And then the next one is when you're able to increase your metabolism. We need to increase our metabolisms generally because as we age they slow down, but have them as a snack, you'll be fine. And then apples, they say have an apple a day to keep the doctor away. So it's an interesting one. But to me, what's this? Apples are one of my favorite fruits. I like the red ones over the green ones. Green ones are a bit too sour, a bit too dry, a bit too flat. So yeah, for me, personal preference, you could like the latter. But when you shouldn't consume them is you mustn't produce them during dinner because they'll produce gas. See, and gas isn't necessarily always the best of things in your body, you see. And come on, guys, we can't be farting at night, it's not good. And then when you are sleeping, you shouldn't increase your stomach acid because that will give you bad breath, it will give you farting, it's not good for the pH of your body. It should be balanced out. You're not supposed to wake up having a too acidic body. As I was saying, that your body shouldn't have a too high acidic content in it, so have it during breakfast. Then the next one is nuts. They can be macadamia nuts, they could be cashews, they could be the pea-like ones. There's so many nuts in general. Don't have them at night because they have a lot of fat in them. This is actually very true. When you fry them, you see the oil without adding anything. There's a lot of oil in there. And the calories, we don't need the calories because we're going to become bigger or fat, you see. So you need to not eat it at dinner, but if you want to gain weight, that's when you can have them. So you need to have them for lunch because you're at a low risk of blood pressure if you eat these nuts. They're one of the deterrence of that. And then if you have good blood pressure, obviously then you have a good heart health. So that's when you should consume them. You see, ladies and gentlemen, we are all learning every single day when to consume these things. Not all of us are privy to when exactly they should be consumed, but I'm glad we're all learning now when to consume them, you see. So please have your nuts during lunch and not in the evening, so as to better yourself, and then not have them for dinner. And then one of nature's best fungi is mushrooms. So when you eat mushrooms, essentially they come in a very versatile way. You can put them in a salad, you can cook them, you can fry them, you can. They're a very good form of starch. They're very good. So what their main and primary role is, they will help you to boost your immunity, they'll reduce inflammation. As I mentioned earlier on, inflammation is very important to take down because you get inflamed in different parts of our bodies and our way. You need to improve your heart health. It protects against cancer. Cancer is one of the leading causes of death, and some have attributed cancer. If you want to reduce it, just consume less sugars in your body, you see. So mushrooms are good. They help with your heart health, and they protect against cancer, and then they help with your cognitive functioning, which is your mental health and thinking, and then they also promote healthy aging. You know the saying where they say black don't crack? Then this is the vegetable which helps the black don't crack. Then the next one, I think I already mentioned berries, but I specifically taught berries. They are very good at anti-inflammatory agent. I've mentioned before, we need anti-inflammation in its droves because I believe we face so much inflammation. We aren't really necessarily aware of how drastic these things are. You see, anti-inflammatory agent, and then enhance the recovery of muscle function. Most of us these days, our muscles tend to ache and pain, but these berries will help. And then they minimize the pain of osteoarthritis, which is the inflammation of your bones, you see, and cartilage. So we don't need that. And gout is essentially your inability to metabolize your cholesterol in your body, so it crystallizes in your joints. So very powerful anti-inflammatory agent which will help prevent osteoarthritis and then also gout. So we need it, ladies and gentlemen. We can't underestimate its power in our human bodies, and I hope everyone has access to it so that we consume it. And there's kefir, which is fermented milk with prebiotics and probiotics that help promote a healthy gut microbiotica. So I have a strong belief that your gut is your second heart because there's a vein and artery connected to the heart. So somewhat, that gut feeling someone has, it's connected to your heart. So having the fermented milk will help with your gut health. Probiotics is what helps boost your immunity, and prebiotics is the substance which you are able to use for your body to help reduce blood sugar levels in patients with diabetes. So, as you know, one of the leading killers in the world is diabetes. So, kefir will help with that because patients suffering with diabetes, either from type 1 to type 2, do need to regulate their bodies very regularly. And this is one of the very helpful and natural ways which we need to continue with. Mustn't forget how the olden people did it so that we can do it even better. You see? So, yeah, that's how I look at it, and that's how it should be. Then the next one, this is a personal favorite, avocados. So avocados are loaded with hot, healthy, non-monosaturated fats, which help keep cholesterol levels low. As I mentioned earlier on, that gout is formed by cholesterol stones forming in your cartilage and joints. So avos will help with that. And then it is something men need as they age. So the fact that you're aging, it's going to help with your anti-aging way of life. That's very helpful because we all need to age at a reasonable rate for our bodies to be at the best and optimal way. So for these monosaturated fats in it is needed, and it's one of the ways which we should go and march on towards for a healthier life. Avos have different uses. You can use for your skin as a face mask. You can eat them. They're nutritious. They are nice, hearty, milky, creamy. They probably have a lot of fiber in them too. So do try them out. And then the next one is probably a staple food for many people due to the budget and so forth. But eggs. Eggs are great source of protein. They help you reduce the risk of macular degeneration and eye conditions that can cause blindness. They also help with weight loss because eggs are one of the foods which, when you eat, they get absorbed very quickly into the body. Their denaturing ability is very high, so it means you eat within an hour or so, it goes into your body, it goes in as protein, and you need a lot of protein with your muscles, your fibers, your movement. Also help with your cognitive abilities because it's needed. You don't need to be docile in this environment. So eggs are a game changer for everyone, and I hope we all do have our fair share of eggs because they're very crucial for our daily movements within society and to stay healthy. So yeah, those are one of the benefits of eggs because you can bake them, you can drink them, you can do so many things. Then the next one is, once again, we have berries for the third time. So you see, essentially berries are very healthy. Remember I said not the GMO ones, but then the small natural ones which are soft and sweet. They help to inhibit inflammation, as I've mentioned. There's gastritis, there's skin conditions, your eczema, your this and that. So anti-inflammation help and decrease the risk of cancer. Again, it's a very high risk disease having this cancer around. So this will help us to maintain healthier bodies, and you need to add them to your diet no matter what. Remember, berries are better eaten during the day so that they're able to help your body fight inflammation such as gastritis and so forth. They'll fight the acidity and overall increase your metabolism because it's a very fundamental point of having good nutrition in the body. So yeah, it's one of those things that I needed, and I hope everyone has access to berries. We're able to eat them as regularly as possible. I'm also going to start incorporate them into my diet very regularly. So yeah, then the last one, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming this far. I hope you like, comment, share and subscribe. So the last ones are beans. Beans are a staple food for many, those who are financially constrained, but then for the general person they're also important because they help with blood related benefits. They help prevent heart disease, they help prevent diabetes, heart disease, diabetes. Remember, they're one of the world leading killing diseases. So for you to have beans, you would be fighting a very good battle on behalf of your body. They are advisable to regularly take them. Please eat the raw ones instead of the processed ones which are put in the cans. The more natural for you, the better. So we need to keep it in that way. I hope everyone is able to do that. But they're very nutritious, they're very nice. You can vary them, you can make them into different things and different dishes into our African culture. But then yeah, please, for your heart's sake and for diabetes sake, please do eat as many beans as possible. If you like this content, please like, share, comment, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen.